Today's topic is something that I just experienced myself, and because of that, there was misunderstanding. And the reason I'm talking here today is because when we have misunderstanding, there tend to be a lot of negative experience. Whatever we experience is what we store in our mind. And if you are going through some challenges in your life, it's important to understand how we show up. Not just showing up, but how we respond or react to certain situation. And if you are someone who have a hard time communicating with the world, people, loved ones, your kids, your colleague, and someone who find it challenging to be around with other more difficult people, chances are it's not really other people that we normally give excuse to. What I learned today was something to look inside of us. And why this is important? Because for a couple of reasons. If how we react depends on other people, depends on situations, that means they have power over us. And what happens when they have power over us? That means you've been dictated by them, by things, by people's voice, by people's opinion. So the goal is to look inside of us and take that responsibility to change, to see what you can do about it. Why is important? Because the power now lies in you. And you probably heard many times in social media or even in your own life, that person made me mad, that person made me angry, she made me feel guilty, that not doing that makes me feel guilty. Again, right? If other people can make you do something, make you act something, I mean, it's great when you act something good, but what happens when you acting something negatively? Imagine that. So the goal is to have control, not control the situation, but control how you respond to the outside world. No, I know. Well, I want to control him. I want to control my kids. I want to control my spouse. I want to control the food that goes into my body. I want to control the workout. Yes, I mean, then you choose what to do, right? You choose what to do. Yes, when it comes to weight loss, or the type of food out there, so many people blame on the manufacturer, all the type of food that they make, and the food with so much chemicals, so much stuff in that you don't know. Yes, they are making it, but it's up to you to choose wisely. Yes, but there are a lot of processed food out there, but you do have a choice to choose something aside from the processed food. So this is what I mean by you can choose. And if you say there's no organic food, for example, yes, you can maybe perhaps grow some. I know you might think, well, I don't have the garden. Well, I'm sure there are places around your community that has organic grown vegetable. Yeah, you might, say it's expensive. Yes, maybe if it's expensive, maybe perhaps you can go learn to make more money, and then, have the power to purchase more. So I'm saying is you do have the power, right? And so you can change, right? When it comes to other people's opinion and the way they act, that make you feel a certain way, especially the ways that you don't like it, chances are they won't change. Your environment will never change. You have to change, right? If someone show up really angry every time you guys talk, well, could be your spouse, could be your kids. How do you show up? Yes, that anger is, it's not something that's pleasant. Of course, you wish they can speak more lovingly and kindly. What do you have to do in this moment? What do you have to do? Most people shout back, we act back. And what happened? Fighting happens. Some physical, sometimes more emotional. So if that moment show up, the people around you show up with rage, shouting at you, and you're just standing there, listening. At this moment, what power do you have? You have the power to choose. Perhaps, maybe just ask. Ask before you reply. Ask kindly. Ask caringly, perhaps. And if he or she is shouting at you, and if you're not understanding, what do you do? Normally people might assume, right? Assume. And with assumption, that means you don't have the data, the correct data, to come up with an answer. Normally we assume the worst. Our brain, it works that way. Our brain loves to take the easiest route. And assuming something negative is what our brain loves to do. Because it's like going downhill. Riding your bike downhill is a lot easier than riding it uphill. Somebody's shouting at you, somebody's having a bad day. It's normal for us to assume something bad happened. And other times we just assume that we did something wrong. So what I suggest is perhaps to have control, to have the power back, is just ask. Ask until you get clarity. What's really happening? I know it's going to be hard during that moments of tension. If you can start to ask, are you okay? Tell me what causes you to feel this way. Did I do something wrong? Just ask. The power of just asking. And ask, what the intention that you have the power. And if you don't like the first response that he or she gave you, ask again. Ask until that you can do something about it. It could be about you. It could be about that person who is showing with so much anger. And also by asking, you get to give that person a chance to think. When you react, right? Resistance causes more resistance. You push, you get pushed back. Asking is more towards responding. You sort of tilt it, you're no longer resistant, by hitting back. You just kindly ask. You sort of like go on the side, right? So pretend you're in a fight and somebody punch you. Normally we punch back, right? That's just we human built to respond quickly, survival mode. Yes, that's survival mode. However, when doing dangerous situation, you need to do that. But what if it's something not physically dangerous? Somebody just say something. It's just words. My mother used to say, the words, they don't physically kill you. Yes, it's hard to listen to them, but words do not cut you. Yes, it sounds like they cut. They cut to your skin. Well, unless somebody put a gun in your face, holds a knife, they're going to kill you. They're going to literally you have to show up, protect yourself for survival mode. But if it's somebody just emotionally, verbally reactive, physically you're not really in danger. So that's the time for you to try to stay calm and respond. I know it's going to be hard. The goal is to have power back. So nothing holds you back. That you do have a choice. You do have a choice. So if you find it hard to be around certain people because of their behavior, perhaps check yourself first. Because this gives you back the power to choose. And not just choose, but make you look and feel better. I believe the whole world must learn this steps. Respond so we can have the power back and create more peace. So much already happening in the world. Nature, something we have less power. But the people around us, who we surround ourselves with the most, we do have more power to choose, to respond.